Michigan just won the national championship, but not for the reason you think. The reason is part of a larger trend across all of college basketball that's led to a rise in offensive production. And luckily for Michigan, their coach Dusty May has a system built at the center of it. I watched it all unfold from a court I found in Costa Rica while trying to keep my own challenges alive 3,000 miles away from home. And what I found on those courts changed the way I see the game. This is Inside Player 1, Week 3, Episode 3. Let's get into it.
Saves it for Gale. Off the drive, McKinney, second. Purdue has pulled it off. The Boilermakers will raise the trophy.
They kind of were falling apart a little bit. That got my attention. They looked a little disheveled.
Does it change your opinion about what Michigan can do in the NCAA tournament?
I'm very concerned, and I'm going to get into it later, why I think Michigan might be the #1 seed that's not going to make it to the final.
Just one game is all it took for people to start doubting. A whole season going 31-2 as one of the best teams in college basketball, and with just one loss, the questions started to creep in. For me, the past 2 weeks, everything had gone to plan. I'd taken my shot at making 53s in a row every single day, and started off my challenge of trying to make 10,000 shots in 30 days strong with making over 1,200 in the first 3 days. But just one day before my trip to Costa Rica, suddenly the same questions Michigan was hearing started to creep into my head too. Will my systems hold? Will I be able to find a court? And will I get enough shots up to continue my challenges? But luckily for Michigan, their coach had been here before. Dusty May had a system, and despite their loss, Michigan can trust it and fall back onto it.
The shots we want to get, #1, free throws, the highest percentage shot in the game. We want to get to the line. It does so many different things.
After a tough loss, Dusty May and Michigan knew they had to fall back on what had gotten them there. They needed to focus on the basics of getting to the rim and getting to the line. It was those simple things executed to their standard that were going to carry them through the early rounds of the tournament.
So #1, we want to find a way to get to the free throw line. We want to get layups and dunks. #2.
He's on the run out now, the missed three, and packs it down.
And Michigan took this to heart, securing them a spot past the first 2 rounds into the Sweet 16.
And Elliott Cadeau. Here's McKinney now for 3, got it. Smooth looking stroke from the...
And the same thought process was happening 3,000 miles away. I didn't know if both challenges could survive a few days in Costa Rica, but I knew what I was doing was working, so I kept going back to it. And just like Michigan, following my own standards led me to a court. Alright, we're out here getting shots up in Costa Rica. About to film, try and make 53s in a row. Getting our shots up, even out of the country. We'll get to it. Today is day 48, shooting 3s every day until I make 50 in a row. We got 10 today. I'll see you tomorrow. Today is day 49, shooting 3s every day until I make 50 in a row. Alright, we got 10. I'll see you tomorrow. And even with minimal time, I was still able to get up around 100 shots towards my 10,000 goal. Michigan's system is built around shot selection, and it's a part of a larger trend across all of college basketball leaning into offense and finding ways to take the best shots. And this revolution has led to a rise in offensive production across the entire country.
#3, we want to get catch and shoot 3s.
In the Sweet 16 and beyond, Michigan would need more than the basics. They would need to perform and knock down their shots when it mattered most.
Here's a 3 for Gale! Right down to the wire.
And Millett had an easy one there, and I don't know why he passed it out.
Cadeau for 3!
And this is what happens when everything starts to click and the shots start falling. The door blows wide open.
Now Cadeau in the corner, it's gone!
Michigan walked through Tennessee like they've been here before. That's what a system gives you. When the moment arrives, you already know what to do.
Over to Lindeborg, to McKinney.
We allow step backs. We encourage them to our best shooters. We want our best shooters to get shots.
It's good! Lindeborg, why not?
And 3,000 miles away, I needed to find out if I could step up and hit the same shots too. After trusting the process and finding the first court, I stuck with it and found a second. Today is day 50, shooting 3s every day until I make 50 in a row. Here we go. Everything was starting to work out.
All right, we got 13 today. I'll see you tomorrow. Today is day 51, shooting threes every day until I make 50 in a row. Here we go.
even without a rebounder.
All right, we got 9 in a row. I'll see you tomorrow.
The results weren't perfect, but I was able to step up and knock down the shots when the opportunity of a court was presented. I stuck to my system, and both challenges were still alive. I mean, I was on a court in Costa Rica with the ocean in the background. What could be better than this? It's crazy how it can all work out, even with all the doubts that originated beforehand. But even in these highs, the doubt always finds a way to creep back in.
This is a clash of the Titans.
Arizona's the best team I saw.
Wildcats lead the series 9-2. Arizona has seemed like the pick for many for some time for this tournament.
But I'm still going with the Arizona Wildcats, all right?
Michigan had made it to the Final Four, but the questions were back. Could they handle Arizona? Was their system built for this level of an opponent? Luckily, their system had one more level to it.
And then the fourth thing we call mastery shots.
And with this level, they were able to put together their most impressive performance of the season. All the hard work, practice, strategy, and mastery was paying off.
We are not going to stop you from shooting a shot that statistically is not great for everyone else, but is good for you. And those are the things we get from workouts we pick up in practice.
And shot and 8 turnovers, Arizona in this first half. Cadeau on top. Morrow!
Having executed all the levels perfectly, Michigan was heading to the national championship. And I was heading home to a challenge I had never attempted before.
All right, guys, we got the comments challenge. Top comment was a 360 half-court shot, so I'm going to give it my best try. See how many attempts it takes me to get. Remember, if I make the shot, I get a point. If I can't make it, you guys get a point. Comment down below what you guys want me to do next week. As I walked up to take the first shot, I genuinely had no idea how difficult this would be. And then to my surprise, on the first shot, it almost went in. That was followed by a few more close calls and a few bad ones, but I knew I was getting close. And then this happened. So close, but not quite. The next shot was way off, making me question myself a little bit. But the next one was right back online, giving me some hope. That's it, challenge 1 complete. Comment down below what the challenge should be next week.
Saves it for Gale. Off the drive, McKinney sets the feet, fires, connects! A big one for Mel! And it's over! Hail to the champions! Hail to Michigan! For the first time in 37 years, the Wolverines win the national title! The Wolverines win the national title!
Taking the right shots at the right time. Michigan built a championship around this idea. But here's what I actually learned from watching them in Costa Rica. It's not just about taking the right shot. It's about knowing yourself well enough to know which shots are yours to take, and being disciplined enough not to reach for the ones that are not. Life will give you lots of shots. Some will seem impossible. Some will seem simple and get overlooked. And sometimes you won't get much of a choice in the shots you are given. But it's making the choice to take the right shots at the right time and knowing when to take yours that leads to where you're trying to go.